All right, guys, up next, Christian Lohsen and Daniel Matos. Now, Nick, you got to speak with them both last night. They are not new to the RFC, are they? Both of them?
Well, Daniel Matos has fought here many times and put on a really spectacular performance against Blake Smith, who's also on this card. Did not get the W, but really showed what he's worth against a super tough competitor. Christian Lohsen is new to the RFC, but, I mean, this is one of those guys who's on a tear, hasn't lost in 5 fights, and is really just huge for the division. You're talking about a 6'2", 155-pound fighter.
So we're talking 155, second bout of the night. Anybody got any opinions about this fight? You guys were there yesterday.
Long arms.
Long arms? All right, guys, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss the second bout of the night.
All right, our second bout of the evening, getting ready to go off here. Christian Lohsen, 4-1. This guy is 6'2", 155 pounds. He is a really, really tall 155-pound fighter. So, you know, let's see if he can utilize the range against a smaller, shorter Daniel Matos. Christian Lohsen coming in with a 4-1 record. And, you know, he says he's incredibly serious about his fight career, and this is what he's going to do full time.
Yeah, the second fight here on a 6-fight card here at RFC 39, high stakes. And once again, we do have a bit of a gap in our experience here with Daniel Matos and Christian Lohsen. Christian Lohsen 4-1 here with quite a height advantage too, coming in at 6'2". Daniel Matos coming in at 5'9". So it'll be an interesting matchup here to see. And remind all the XPTV sports and RFC fans, July 21st, RFC 40, and then November 3rd, RFC 41. So we have the whole year planned out. Keep in touch on RFCMMA.com for all the rest of the information for fight cards and when you can get tickets for those events as well.
And we are getting a good look at Daniel Matos right now coming out of the red corner. He is 1-1. We saw him in his last fight against Blake Smith, and he was largely controlling the fight, but kind of lost focus for a second, and that's all it took for Blake Smith to take over and do what Blake Smith does, and that's finish people. So, you know, Daniel Matos said he really went back to the drawing board and focused on everything, focused on his conditioning, got his mind right, got everything going correctly for this fight. Now, he has a very tall order, and I mean that literally with Christian Lohsen. 5'9" versus 6'2", and it doesn't even look that close to me when it comes to height. These guys they look like they're two different weight classes, Mark.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but Daniel Matos coming in a size disadvantage, but in the same time, here comes in a Gracie Tampa South mixed martial artist that has a lot of hope coming out of that gym here in Tampa, so he has something to prove. The gym is here behind him. He has a lot of fans here in the city, and Daniel Matos has a lot to prove coming out of Gracie South.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Daniel Matos coming out of Gracie Tampa South with his head coach Matt Arroyo, who is right there with him now, and putting out a lot of quality fighters. Is Gracie Tampa South. We're seeing a lot of those guys fighting lately, and good to see because they're always come to fight. Daniel Matos entering the cage right this moment, and he's got to take it a second for himself. He's very religious. I don't know if you knew this, Mark. He's a very religious human and likes to give all the glory to where it matters for him, and he feels like it gives him strength. Yep.
Yeah, Daniel Matos does have that faith behind him, and for a lot of fighters, that's where the heart comes from. Is to, you know, that's what keeps them going through fights. Is heart, and if that's where it comes from, well, good on him. Christian Lohsen, also from the Florida area here, coming out of California, studied at Daytona State College, and he's here, and this is his 6th fight in pro MMA, so this is not his first dance.
Yeah, Christian Lohsen has.
What are you doing up there? Get off there.
Christian Lohsen was one of those. Christian Lohsen has only lost his amateur debut, and he's won every fight since. So this we got a little controversy on the side of the cage over here, but we need to focus we need to focus on that.
Yeah, it looks like Daniel Matos' corner right now is going through a little bit of trouble right now with where they're supposed to stand and where they're not supposed to stand. Just part of the game here. We'll see. Hopefully everyone calms down and they just get in their corners here and focus on the fight, which is what important here with Christian Lohsen on the other side of the cage.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. So very, very interesting things going on here. But let's focus on our fight here. We have a really long, tall, rangy Christian Lohsen who is looking to utilize that range. I'd expect a lot of kicks coming from his side, trying to keep that range against the shorter Daniel Matos.
And here comes the introductions, and Christian Lohsen here, co-founder and owner of Dark Wolf MMA in Florida. So as well, coming in here at 6'2", looks like he'll have the reach advantage, and it'll be interesting to see if he comes in like our first, in our opening bout here, and he saw Merriweather came in with some extraordinary striking, utilizing his range, and I have a feeling that's what we're going to see here tonight from Christian Lohsen coming here at 6'2", with those long legs, shades of Vince McGinnis from Bang Muay Thai.
Yeah, no doubt. He does remind me of Vince McGinnis with that range. So, good call there. So we're getting the square off, getting the instructions from the referee, and I think we're in for a good fight here.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of banter going on here. They do touch gloves, but they're ready for a fight. Both of them shaking heads. It looks like they both think they have the mind game advantage here, but we're going to see what happens here. This fight is about to start here in just a moment here. Ref getting everybody ready, making sure the judges, the fighters are ready, and it's on here. They do touch gloves, so show of respect here. And moving forward is Christian Lohsen first, but countered is Matos. And Christian Lohsen comes in with a low kick, lands nice. Oh, and Matos goes for a high kick, slips, comes back up, and they're still standing here at the RFC 39 high stakes.
Wow, Daniel Matos just circled right, and Christian Lohsen timed it perfectly with a kick of his own. So it seems to me that Christian Lohsen is getting a little bit closer with Daniel Matos than he wants to, and Daniel Matos, is no joke up there. So looks like Christian goes for a hip toss, lands up top, and is landed almost in mount. And getting a little ground and pound. There's a little scramble going on here, and Daniel Matos does a good job getting himself back up. Yeah, energies are still high. Both of these guys have their cardio at about 99%, so that scramble was a quick pace, and they're both back up at their feet. We do have one underhook here with Matos, and he goes for a nice little short elbow, or a forearm rather. This isn't a wrestling match. It is a wrestling match at this point.
Clinch, Matos, knees, elbows.
So Daniel Matos just circled Christian Lohsen directly onto the cage himself. So let's see if who has the better clinch game. They're trading clinch positions. Nice knee up the center from Christian Lohsen. Christian Lohsen using the mechanical advantage, trying to push the pressure now. They both break. They're back in range here. Christian Lohsen is definitely looking to take his head off. Daniel Matos is the one coming in swinging though.
Yeah, right now, nice exchange here. Both men still standing up. Oh, Matos goes for a leg kick and a high knee. Oh, that's actually Lohsen, rather. Lohsen with the high knee, and it does land and throws a nice jab. Switches up here. We have a switch hitter. Matos comes in with a nice inside leg kick, and it does land flush. High kick by Lohsen. Oh, he misses the high kick. And now they're going for the
Matos, throw his elbow to the
standing guillotine. He's going for a takedown. Both men up against the cage, and they're down, and it looks like, oh, they're still scrambling. Still scrambling.
Yeah, that was a beautiful exchange right there. Christian Lohsen was in trouble. Now Lohsen is setting up a triangle choke of his own. He has got some submissions. Daniel Matos is doing the right thing, stepping over though. He's going to pop his head out, no doubt about it here. I don't feel like Christian can finish this. Yeah, Christian Lohsen really squeezing hard here to try and finish it out. Now Daniel Matos just popped his head out and is now starting to work to take Christian Lohsen's back. That was a beautiful jiu-jitsu exchange, and Christian Lohsen needs to really get himself together here. Nice elbows from Daniel Matos. Those are beautiful downward elbows.
Oh my God, his sharp elbows to the head, and all three of those landed nice. Right now they're standing back up. Very nice on Lohsen here, standing back up here. Matos goes for a Kimura, but that lets go of that there. They're still struggling for a takedown here.
Yeah, I haven't seen much out of Christian Lohsen, before this fight, but I'm very impressed with his well-roundedness. I thought he was going to be mainly a stand-up fighter, but he has the jiu-jitsu game going for himself as well.
Yeah, and don't forget Lohsen with a nice hip toss earlier, countering Daniel Matos' takedown.
head moving forward.
Oh, both men throwing punches, exchanging. It looks like they're ready to bang in the middle of the cage.
This is my favorite part of a fight where they both felt. What a spinning back fist from Daniel Matos. That was a perfectly timed, well-landed spinning back fist. And as I was going to say, this is one of my favorite parts of a fight. They both felt each other's power, and they're now starting to go after it.
Oh, yeah. Huge spinning back fist. Landed flush, and it rocked him. Lohsen was rocked right now. They're back in the grapple against the cage, but Lohsen was rocked by that spinning back fist by Matos.
Yeah, so Daniel Matos has double unders right here, which is huge. So a good knee from Daniel Matos up against the cage there. He's using his elbows nicely. He's using his knees nicely. We're getting another takedown from Christian Lohsen. Daniel Matos goes for an armbar. Christian Lohsen identifies it. He's getting his arm out, and he's going to end up on top here if Daniel Matos is not careful. He's going to end up in side control, and he does.
Yes, and that's exactly where Matos finds himself, in side control here. Oh, and Lohsen trying to stand up, but that top pressure looks very good on the part of Matos, and now he gets a top mount, and he's ground and pounding. He's in the top mount. He needs to rain down on him. He's going almost has his back.
Christian Lohsen has got some serious jiu-jitsu on him. He landed mount. He landed a couple nice strikes, and wow, that was a hard punch from the top position. He's spinning nicely, taking Daniel Matos' back.
Yeah, he looks really good on top here. Matos has the top pressure, holding him down here for the rest of the round, but now he's back in Lohsen's guard, and let's see what Lohsen can make of this. It looks like he's going for an armbar here.
Breathe, Matos, breathe.
Yeah, Matos was going for an armbar. Christian Lohsen was good to get himself out. Now, what a way to start this first fight. This is a good fight. Joe Valdez, how you liking it?
Good round, damn good round. That kid Christian Lohsen showing up.
Yeah, he's no joke, man. I didn't really expect all the jiu-jitsu from him or the hip tosses, but he's dynamic.
No, and first fight to take on Daniel Matos tells you a lot.
That tells you a lot. I think we're going to see this Christian Lohsen win or lose right here. We're going to see Christian Lohsen back because of the show that he has put it on.
Yeah, so far, great exchange by both men here. Size advantage, not looking like the biggest, factor of this fight thus far. On the ground, Matos looks good. Great top pressure, standing up, great striking, and then let's not forget, Christian Lohsen throwing some nice strikes himself. But that spinning back fist is probably the most memorable moment of this fight so far.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm not a judge, because how would you pick that first round?
You know what? I'd hate to be scoring this fight.
No doubt about it. So you have Christian Lohsen out of the blue corner. You have Daniel Matos out of the red corner, and it was a very, very good first round. Too close to tell. Could have been a draw round. Daniel Matos' corner is calling for a knockout right now.
Yeah, it looks like Matos' corner thinks that he has the advantage, and he does. He's coming in, but let's not disrespect the range of Lohsen right now, because that counter jab right there just about showed that he can counter. Don't get in too close, unless you're ready to take some damage on the way in.
Moving their head.
Christian Lohsen's staying very active, though. I like what he's doing. He's kick, he's punch, he's kick, he's punch. And if he can start to put a couple of them together, it's gonna spell trouble for Daniel Matos. Daniel Matos is striking well on his own. Nice knee from Christian Lohsen. Daniel Matos' corner is calling for separation. They do not want him up in the clinch with this guy. I think it's maybe because of those hip tosses.
Yeah, those hip tosses were actually really impressive, and especially in a countering. And there goes that spinning back fist one more time by Daniel Matos. Not afraid to throw it. Very successful the first time. The second time skids the 4-ounce gloves of Christian Lohsen.
Wow, good duck under. He is like... Christian Lohsen has some very slick jiu-jitsu. Downs, his scrambles, everything is faster and slicker than you would expect out of somebody that long and rangy. He is like starting to really work. Daniel Matos is back and I mean, just moving nicely from the guy's back.
Yeah, but we get a stand up, but now it looks like Lohsen has the neck. And those long legs are wrapped around Daniel Matos like an anaconda right now. It's going to be hard for him to get out of this position.
Yeah, Daniel Matos is doing the right thing and turning his head out of it, but he's not out of the frying pan, so to speak.
And I just caught Christian Lohsen throwing a sharp elbow to the head too. He's striking, working for that neck right now, and it looks like he might get it in. He's throwing strikes, and Daniel Matos isn't doing very much. He has his neck. Oh, and he lets go. He has his neck once more. It looks like more of a neck crank, but he has it.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. If So Lohsen's going to spin to guard or to mount rather, and we're going to see some serious ground and pound. That was a slick elbow. He may be cut from that. Matos looks like he's done here. He needs to get he needs to move his hips and get himself out. He is in trouble.
And once again, and he turns and he almost gives him his back right now, and he can't decide if he wants to be on his back or give his back at this point. He's in trouble right now.
Yeah, no doubt. He cannot take too many of those elbows from the top. He is going to get sliced open, and it's going to be horrible. So he did a very good job there. Got himself back to half guard, and that is much better than the position he was just in.
Yeah, so very impressive ground and pound elbow striking by Christian Lohsen on top. He didn't finish Daniel, but he had him in some serious trouble.
Yeah, but he's not out of trouble yet, out of danger completely, because you have a heavy Christian Lohsen whose hips are very nice, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Daniel Matos. He can't breathe in this position. He's just laying there waiting for to get his arm taken or get in a worse position, and he's got an arm here, and he lost the leg there. Christian Lohsen just lost his leg to Daniel Matos. He cannot afford to do that.
Yeah, it looks like they're tangled up here, but he does have his leg locked, like you say.
Get your head free and you win.
Both men still struggling to get out of this position here. They're trying to fight who's going to get the edge in this position and end up in a dominant position here. Lohsen is in a dominant position here, almost fighting for side control, but has his leg locked in there. Daniel Matos is going for something, but doesn't work. Lohsen just turns back around, still fighting to pass for side control.
Yeah, I don't think Daniel Matos has the energy to do what he needs to do to finish this leg here, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, Lohsen has got control of this fight here. He's on top of Matos, and it looks like Matos have a chance of getting out of this or going for something. Lohsen's going for a heel hook, but he doesn't have it. It doesn't look like he's in much trouble here. Matos is not in much trouble here. They're both going for a heel hook, but both of the guys sort of showing a lack of experience in a heel hook, not knowing how to hook it in properly, but they are going for it sort of in a neutral position here. Nobody's in any danger at this point.
Yeah, there's no submission there on either of their parts, so I can't see them doing that. So what I would expect Lohsen to do here is start to separate and get himself out. Yeah, Matos does the right thing and just goes for the position rather than the submission there. Now Daniel Matos drags. Christian Lohsen has his back, so we're going to see what Daniel has from his back.
Yes, and once again, Daniel Matos almost has the back of Lohsen. Lohsen defending very nice, turns around, and is almost out of danger. Lohsen is almost out of danger here. And the corner of Matos here, the Gracie South guys, yelling for Kimura, but it doesn't look like he's in position for anything other than the
Elbows.
Yep, and Christian Lohsen just hides his head there. Daniel Matos is looking for a strike from that position, takes a punch on the ground. Daniel Matos might be completely gassed after this round, though.
Oh, yeah, he took a lot of damage, but showed a bunch of heart like we spoke about before this fight. Daniel Matos is not out of this fight. He's ready for this next round here against Christian Lohsen, who's showing some impressive striking, impressive takedown defense, and some great ground and pound.
Yeah, again, another good round. Very entertaining, very solid jiu-jitsu and slick jiu-jitsu coming from Christian Lohsen, but Daniel Matos, don't count him out. He is definitely in this fight.
Yeah, what a great event here. RFC 39 high stakes. If you're watching live on XBTV Sports, we thank you for doing that. And don't forget, July 21st and November 3rd, the next events here, RFC at the Carte Pavilion live on XBTV Sports.
Yeah, so I saw a little bit of blood coming out of Daniel Matos' mouth, but he doesn't look too worse for wear. So let's see if if the conditioning is really truly the factor in this third round.
Well, obviously, both of these men have used a lot of their cardio. They've been in a lot of struggles, a lot of scrambles on the ground, getting up, getting down, exchanges of submission attempts, takedown submissions, and some devastating strikes. So here we're coming into this third and final round here at RFC 39.
Everything you do.
Yeah, so they touch gloves. I think they both earned each other's respect, no doubt. Daniel Matos goes for a leg kick there and lands it. So Christian Lohsen not using the range like I thought he might. So he goes again for the spinning back fist. Did Christian Lohsen just miss that? I mean, it was like a half an inch from his face.
Yes, but he wants to be careful here because Christian Lohsen eventually is going to read that, and he's going to counter with one of those high kicks and really catch Matos.
What's your why, Matos?
Yeah, I'm really just a little bit shocked by Christian Lohsen's stand-up, what he's actually doing, and he goes for a takedown. Daniel Matos just sprawled hard though.
That was actually a beautiful takedown defense there with the sprawl. Coming from a wrestling background myself, it was really nice to see that great sprawl by Daniel Matos, really saving. But right now he just gave his back up to Lohsen, and he's in danger at this point.
Turn now, turn. Stand up and turn. Stand up and turn.
Oh, and Lohsen gets his hooks in. He has both hooks in.
Matos, back to the floor. Get your ass on.
Yeah, this could be a problem here because of the hooks right there. He needs to clear one of the hooks, but he has to watch his neck in this position because Christian Lohsen slips one of those arms underneath his neck. It could be lights out.
Yeah, Matos maybe kind of gassed here too. He doesn't have it in him to really scramble out of this. If he ends up fighting this for too long, he may end up giving that neck up here. It looks like Lohsen's not letting up on it this time. He has both hooks in here. He has Matos' back, and he's going for that neck right now. And it looks like Matos is in some danger right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now Christian did his thing and unhooked, and now Daniel Matos is starting to walk up, but Christian Lohsen has the top game, has the position on him, and it'd be smart to drag him away from the cage a little bit and try and keep that top position. So Christian Lohsen working for side control very hard here, going to land a couple short elbows. Daniel Matos is not out of it here. He's looking to slip out, and he's going to get himself out, and he might take an arm. Now we have a cut. We do have a cut now on Daniel Matos' forehead.
Yes, if the judges or the commissioners see it here, they may stop this fight just to take a look at it. It does look like he's bleeding, but right now he's going for. It looks like he's going for what it looks like an armbar right now in something like a Komoro position. He's going for this armbar. It looks like he's almost extending it. He's really working this here.
Go back to your side. Back on your left hip.
Oh,
No, back on
the arm extends, but he's not in too much danger just yet.
Yes, now finish it.
Yeah, he could finish this right now. If he pops that arm out, it could be over. But Christian Lohsen does the right thing and gets his own body over his own arm to protect it.
Yeah, that's right. He's going for that Kimura there in a little bit of a different position, not in a guard here. And it looks like Christian Lohsen's going to get out of this here. And he's up here, and he's going for that armbar again. He's going for that armbar again.
Yeah, Christian Lohsen too quick though. He's popping right over and getting himself up. So I'm surprised Daniel Matos did not kick right there and get himself up. But he's trying to get up like technically. But I would have just kicked him right in the chest and got myself up. He had an option. Christian Lohsen keeping a leg though. He's gonna keep a leg, and he's gonna try and get that leg pick, and he's gonna get it. Another takedown for Christian Lohsen.
This time Daniel Matos didn't have a chance to sprawl out of that one, and it looks like this round may be going to Christian Lohsen so far.
Yeah, Daniel Matos actually did a really good job right there, keeping his position smart, and he goes for a Kimura lock, but he uses it to sweep. That's like a Kimura. He just used a Kimura sweep. Christian Lohsen's hiding his head right now, trying to work the legs and suck out Daniel Matos' legs and get himself back into that dominant position.
Yeah, so far really good fight here by Daniel Matos and Christian Lohsen. And it looks like Lohsen's on top here fighting for top position, but big elbows here, sharp elbows being thrown by Matos. And he's going for something.
Christian Lohsen just stepped over to protect his arm again. Now, Christian Lohsen actually has a triangle choke. If he wants to really try and work this, he's going to slip it out. But his arm is in slight danger here. So
Forget it. Just get on top.
these guys are just scrambling like crazies, doing some really seriously nice jiu-jitsu. Now, Christian Lohsen, again, they were just reversing position over and over again.
Yeah, I'm looking across the cage here. King Mo is a guest here in RFC. He's looking on in this fight here, and he looks pretty interested, just like the rest of the RFC fans here. And Christian Lohsen here trying to stand back up here, throwing some sharp elbows into the ribs of Matos, and those look like they're devastating. If he keeps throwing those, the ref might have stopped the fight.
That was a hard elbow to the side of the temple of Daniel Matos. That one hurt, no doubt about it. We heard it over here. It sounded like just a really thudding elbow.
Yeah, and now Lohsen has the back of Matos. Only 10 seconds left here to work this. Oh, a nice turnaround by Matos. And a nice way to finish this fight, to stand up. And a nice exchange of punches here on the ground in the last few seconds here of this 3-round fight at RFC 39 high stakes. What a great fight, Nick.
Another one. That's 2 in a row, man. We're just getting fight after fight here, man. And we're going to go into the cage and see who won this thing.
That's right, Nick. And we're going to go to the official decision here. And Nick, you'll go into the cage here and interview the winner.
We'll be right back after the break.
If you're battling addiction, it's not easy to ask for help. It's hard to admit you really need it. Call and end addiction. Call and connect with representatives from a treatment center or rehab facility. Some insurance plans help pay for the cost of treatment. Be sure to check your policy or call your agent to see if you're covered. The first step to ending addiction starts with one private and no obligation call. there are things you still need to do. The first thing is to call and end addiction.
1-800-527-3919.
Henry Repeating Arms is a family-owned business.
At Henry, we make sure that each part of every rifle is made in America.
Like gun barrel quality steel from Ohio, brass castings from Pittsburgh, and the finest American walnut from Missouri. We deliver an American-made rifle that you would be proud to own.
To own your own piece of American history, call now for your free Henry catalog and a list of dealers in your area, plus a free decal. Call now.
You're watching XPTV Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the A La Carte Pavilion in Tampa, Florida, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judge Roy Silbert scores about 30-27. Judges Richard Davis and Jed O'Connor both scored about 29-28. For the winner, by unanimous decision, Christian Hollywood Lohsen.
I'm here with the winner, Christian Lohsen, man. I gotta first say, Berto, where you at, man? That was a great matchmaking effort, man. You guys were well balanced and both brought a lot to the table. Christian, in your words, how was that fight?
Well, that was a hard, tough fight. Daniel came in and he showed stronger grappling than I was expecting. I knew he was a good grappler, but he was able to get out of position a lot easier than I was expecting him to. He put his own attacks in from the ground, and it was really good. He also closed range really well and didn't let me stay on the outside too much. So it was a tough-ass fight.
No doubt about it. I know you're tired, and I know you're hurting. You just want to get some food, get some water in you. But are we going to see you again in this cage?
Absolutely. As far as I know, I'm scheduled July 21st to be right back here.
Cool. Is there anybody you've had your eye on, or are you just going to kind of leave it up to Berto again?
Berto's a great matchmaker, so I'm going to wait to see who he puts in front of me and look forward to another great fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Christian, anybody you want to thank real quick?
I want to thank my coaches, who are also my family, David Lohsen, Melissa Lohsen, and my fiance Megan, who's always here to support me. And then I also want to thank my training partners, some of them here today that without them I couldn't have been able to train for such a great fighter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Christian Lohsen is your winner, everybody. We're going to see him real soon in the cage.
XPTV Sports fans, RFCMMA 39. We're here with your victor, Christian Lohsen. Christian, your opponent came at you, Daniel. He came at you with a spinning, I said fist, you say elbow. It was a spinning fist elbow.
It was a spinning technique.
Rocked you a little bit?
Yeah, it came out. I saw him spin, but I didn't know what he was going for. Misjudged the range, got caught, got hit pretty well. Kind of shook me for a second, but then he backed off instead of coming in, gave me a little bit of time to regain my mindset and come in, get to a clinch, and get back to a solid mindset.
I gotcha. You were really grinding. You've got great jiu-jitsu. Who do you want to thank for your jiu-jitsu?
I want to thank my instructor, Sensei Eric Shingu, over in California. He's been our family's instructor since before I was born. And then when we got into it, been with him, and then when we moved out to Florida, it's been me and my dad pretty much in our gym. He's my main training partner, lets me better my jiu-jitsu day after day and make it to where it is right now.
So you won by a decision, and a win is a win, obviously. But the night before you go to fight, and obviously during training camp, you're thinking of what your strategy is, what is going to, you generally don't want the judges to make that decision for you.
Absolutely.
What was the strategy going in? And obviously you were probably going with that game plan for a while, and the judges did go your way, but that was a tough opponent.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about going into the fight, what the strategy was, and if anything deterred you at any point during that time.
The game plan was to come in and use my range, my height, stay on the outside, hit my shots without getting hit too much, find my takedown, get him down and start going to work. Threw me off that first elbow, and then from that point on, Occasionally I was missing my hits, allowing him space to get back to a better position, get into some scrambles, which I wasn't expecting him to get out of position as easily. And that's really what made the fight a little harder of a fight. I know he's got solid ground game as well, and I wasn't able to finish him because of it, but I was able to at least get enough in to sway the judges.
Well, I think that your grind, I think your jiu-jitsu, and you have some good elbows too. So we talked about Daniel, but you actually have some great elbows too. So I think that overall, a win is a win. And what's great about it is you learn something new every time. And now you're like, wow, okay, I got someone that I can actually fight against. That's going to take me to task. That's going to give me a hard time. Now I can better myself.
Absolutely. I overreached on some elbows this time. First fight, the elbows were allowed for me. So next time I know what to come in with my elbows, stay in better position, and not let them get out.
All right, excellent. Christian, thank you so much for speaking with us. XPTV sports fans, MMA fans, we are with your victor, Christian Lohsen. And Christian, thank you so much. We can't wait to see your next fight.
Thank you.